Right now? Just happened? Oh man, you can't be serious. Not again. Alright man, I'll call you from a burner. So you got a bug out. You guys know my story, but this isn't about me. This is about you and what you need to know. What you need to know to be prepared, what you need to have or what you should have, and more importantly, what you need to know how to use. That being said, I'm going to share with you guys some crucial information on emergency preparedness equipment. But this isn't stuff that you need for the end of the world necessarily. This is stuff everybody should have all the time. Have one bag in your work, one in your vehicle, one at your home, ready for whatever. It doesn't have to be rioting and looting in the streets. It could be that you get a phone call and you have a family emergency and you got to get the heck out, go quickly, you don't have time to pack. Well, you've got a bag in your car with supplies that you'll need no matter what. You've got a bag in your house or in your office. You just grab your bag and go. That's the idea behind being prepared. But like I said, it's most important that you know how to use the stuff in your bag. You'll never be prepared as far as having enough equipment, having enough tools, having enough supply of food forever. It's just not possible, guys. So a little bit of equipment, a little bit of tools, and a skill set is what you really need, and it's what will help you along the way. I'm going to take you through every step of the process of the things that I recommend having with you and keeping in your bag. I'm going to show you how to put a bag together, how to carry it. I'm going to run you through a possible scenario and show you how to use each item. So stay tuned, and let's get right into it. So basically what you guys just saw was the transmission from gray man to survival, escape, and evasion in a rural environment. Putting on the camouflage, and it's really not anything different from gray man theory. It's just that now there's no people around. And my idea of gray man theory, you really need to watch my videos. I've got a full playlist here on the channel on gray man theory, and that is just basically affecting the perception of others around you. But when there's not a lot of others around you, or no others around you, or one or two, like you're way out in the sticks, out in the woods, in the forest, in the jungle like I am now, then you can't affect that perception. Then you need to go into concealment mode, okay? And that's what we're doing now, survival, escape, and evasion principle of concealment, and that is really largely helped with camouflage. So I've got camouflage on, I've got everything that I'm wearing right now is basically a base tone or a base color, a natural color, some type of a camouflage color. And the pants I had on the whole time. I didn't that made me not have to change pants. So my gray man outfit was able to be worn with a similar kind of a khaki. My boots were some kind of a khaki. The shirt I was wearing, we'll talk about. In the city, this looks amazing, okay? The shirt in the city, this is the El Sicario covert concealed carry shirt. It allows me to have a pistol and weapons on my person because of this double layer fabric here, and nobody knows it. So that's the deal with this shirt. It covers, it's long sleeve, so if you have tattoos, it covers tattoos, just really, really low profile. When there's people around, I can kind of be whatever I want to be with the black El Sicario shirt. So then we move right into what we have here is just a clear pair of glasses. And I believe I got these off Amazon or maybe from a party store or costume store or something like that. You can get them. And these glasses with this kind of a nondescript Toyota hat, something that style-wise I would never just choose right off the bat. I got this hat with one of my pickup trucks that I bought, and from the dealer they gave me this Toyota hat. So, but what does this look like? Well, it doesn't look like something that I would wear as a style, but it is something that a lot of people here in Latin America, where I'm at right now, wear, and it's not something that gives any kind of a tell that I'm military, anything like that. And that's kind of the next thing, that when you're doing your gray man in the city, I won't get too much into that, but we've got the glasses and we're fitting a perception. So watch those videos if you want to see more about gray man, but bear with me here and let me talk to you a little bit about concealment. So concealment is being able to be in an area and not be noticed. Okay, so I'm in an area, and here in a rural environment, I'm in the jungle and I'm not getting noticed. Right now, I can conceal through camouflage, and that's kind of something that I wanted to keep in my bag. Okay, another really great thing about the bag itself is that it's all natural colors. There's really no colors on this bag that don't exist in nature. So what it's gonna do is it's not gonna hurt me. It's not gonna affect my transition, and I'll show you in a little while here that how I can even go one step further. But for right now, I want to make sure that you guys are grabbing a bag, you're having your stuff in your bag, and your bag itself is a color that really looks well in urban environments, looks cool, doesn't draw too much attention, or fits the profile. So I can have this if I'm working in an office, I can have this if I'm just hanging out. Really, anybody can have this bag and it's not going to look like you're carrying a gun. It's not super tactical. So that's what you want to start off with, a bag that you can keep your supplies in that fits whatever profile. This one is the Gray Man Operations Pack, available only from www.bonetactical.com. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in the bag itself. Now let's get into some of the contents of the bag. Blister plaster. You guys saw me put on a blister plaster. What is that? Well, it's basically a Band-Aid designed for blisters. And you might think, well, why would you have blisters already if you're just now going out into the woods? Well, I don't already have blisters, but I know that more recently I've been living a sedentary lifestyle, so to speak. Okay, maybe I work an office job. Maybe I don't do a lot of foot travel. I don't walk 15 miles a day. I don't walk 30 miles a day. I don't even walk 5 miles a day. If that's you, then you need these, because what's going to happen when you start, now you're on foot, now you're having to travel, you're in a survival situation. The first thing that's going to happen is you're going to get blisters. You're going to get blisters because your feet aren't used to walking a lot. When you get those blisters, then your feet are going to get infected, you're going to get sick, and it's just going to snowball from there. Big, big, big deal. Put these on your feet. You probably know if you're prone to getting blisters, where you're prone to getting blisters, because you've had blisters before because of the last time that you had to do a lot of walking and didn't think you were going to have to do a lot of walking. These are preventative. They heal blisters. Once you start getting them, you can put them, they'll stop and heal them, or you can put them on even before, and you will, as soon as you start to feel any kind of a little bit of a pain, stop, take your socks off, and put these blister plasters on. The next thing that you're going to want is a headlamp. Okay, why did I put this headlamp on right now? Well, just because it's the easiest way to carry it. I put it around my neck. But these are just a few things that you guys are going to want to have. And most importantly, while we close out this section and move into the woods here in a second, I want to tell you guys, it's most important that you guys have a skill set. So if you buy your survival gear, buy 2 of everything. If you buy your kit from me, buy 2 of them. If you buy your kit from somewhere else and build your own, buy 2 of everything. Use one. Go out and go camping. Have some fun. Take your family with you. Take some friends with you. Use the stuff. Practice with the stuff, so when you actually need to use the stuff, you have a grasp of how to use it. So I'm showing you guys what materials and equipment you need, but you guys need to use the stuff on your own. You guys need to develop the skill set on your own and have the abilities on your own. You guys are probably familiar with the importance of land navigation and also how important it is to have a compass, or how convenient it is to have a compass when doing land navigation. It's not, of course, necessary. You could magnetize a needle, for example, and in a plastic container of water you could set it on top of a leaf and the needle would orientate itself to magnetic north. But that's something that really requires a lot of time, and the idea behind the bag that I set up and sell at www.bonetactical.com that we're kind of making this video with, while I'm taking you along and teaching you kind of survival skills, bug out skills, stuff like that. The idea behind it is really speed and making your life easier. And a compass like this Lensatic liquid-filled map compass, you know, military grade, tough metal with you know, glow in the dark stuff on there, you know, marching line points and all that. It's really just good stuff to have. You can get a cheaper one. You can have even one as cheap as this one that I have here on my paracord bracelet that also comes in the bag. And the reason I include two is because two is one is none, guys. I can look at these together and kind of make sure that I'm verifying that if they're both pointing the same direction, then it's working. And the idea behind having a compass is really knowing how to use it and then being able to get from one place to another should the internet go down. I always recommend that you guys have maps in your bag. So this bag that I sell comes with extra space in it because I can't put a map in your bag for where you live. People are going to be buying this bag all over the world. So you should have in your bag, if you don't buy this bag, put it in the bag that you have. Put some paper maps, okay? It's a lost art. Get some even charts, because fishing charts are waterproof. Sometimes maps aren't waterproof. So you can get fishing charts that also have the land and the water on them. Where I live in Florida, I live close to the water, so I have fishing charts, and they really work well for me. I use them to plot fishing spots. I use them to write things down that I don't want to have backed up in a cell phone or something that's connected to the internet. So it's a way to have a security measure, a safety measure as well. And really, I recommend getting out there and using your compass. Get a cheap one. Get out there and use it. Practice with it. Try and locate a point on the horizon so you don't have to be looking at your compass the whole time. Line that up. Line everything up. Figure out where you're trying to go. Figure out where you're at. And then if you want to go this direction and there's maybe a mountain peak or a very strange looking tree or building, just keep yourself lined up, get to that point, and then recalibrate when you get there. Really, the best way that I can tell you to do this, all of these skills, guys, is just practice. And I'm just going to keep repeating myself like a broken record. And just saying over and over and over, guys, just get out there and practice. Get out there and learn these skills. I hope this kind of helps. And really, I'm just touching on what stuff you can do. There's other ways you can know. You can at night you can use the stars. Acquaint yourself with the stars. There's moss that grows in certain hemispheres heavier on one side of the tree than the other, or vegetation because of the path of the sun. You can also tell by the path of the sun itself if you have time to sit there and watch the sun moving. Really, what having a good compass does, and then having two as a backup, all it does really is just make sure it saves you time and it makes your life easier. That's it, guys. But stay tuned and comment below if you think what I'm going to talk about next. If you think you know, if you think you can name the supply or the most important thing, and if you think I'm wrong, if you think that land navigation is not important, or navigation period is not important, if it's not important to get from point A to point B and know how to do it, then tell me what is important in this type of a situation. Well, I don't think I need to explain the importance of food and water, guys, but the importance of being able to access food and water rapidly is really super high on the list. I've got the water purifier that we can stop at any stream and drink water, any body of water, any pool of water. We've got a bottle of water here because there's nothing faster than being able to drink actual water that's already prepared and not having to find it. And then there's no faster way than having a compressed food bar like this. You got to have your food ready to go, okay? Rip it open and eat it. If you don't have to prepare it, you don't want to. So trail mix, but trail mix is kind of heavy. So really the best thing you can have is a really high calorie compressed food bar, something like what we offer, but you can get any one you want. Can't overstate the importance, guys, of having food that's ready to go. Everyone should understand the importance of hydration and water. It's the first and fastest thing that can kill you in a survival situation is not having water or bad water, because bad water can give you sickness to where you dehydrate yourself even faster through throwing up and diarrhea. So the resounding theme here of my survival kit and my survival advice is that we need to be able to survive and have items that will help us stay on the move, stay fast, stay active. And basically this survival straw water filter allows you to just drink from any body of water, not have to worry about getting sick, and be able to do it on the move. Next on the list is shelter, and we all know the importance of shelter from the elements. When you get really deep into shelter, you start learning and thinking about body heat and clothing as an option, and having an extra pair of socks in your bag. I've got some extra pair of socks in here I'll show you as well. I recommend wool. This is a Omni wool, smart wool, really just great. Even in hot environments, it's like 100 degrees down here, and I got those. I'm here in the tube tent that comes with every bag that I sell, and basically it's a Mylar blanket, so you don't even have to set it up like a tent like I've got it set up. I've got some rocks and what it came with, and that's it. This is how it goes. I can sleep in here if it's very cold. I can put a fire on one end, and you know, I can regulate my body heat even in very, very cold areas. I can use it as a signal device. You guys see that it's bright orange. So, you know, being able to signal is one thing. Being able to regulate your body heat. If you're in a cold area, stuff some warm weather gear in your bag. If you're in a hot area, stuff some, you know, hot weather gears. Be prepared for the elements. If there's a lot of sun, use sunscreen. Shelter isn't just having a tent. Shelter is being able to regulate your body temperature and protect yourself from the elements. So you got to think about sun, long sleeve shirts, having a hat like this. This hat is the Tilly hat. Okay, they gave me this hat, but I've been using it for years. Okay, they actually gave it to me at SHOT Show. The people at the Tilly booth were like, "Hey, Bone Tactical, what's going on? We would love for you to sport one of our hats. Which one do you want?" I was like, "You got one in multicam?" And this was years ago. They probably got them in all different colors now. And they're like, "Yeah, we got I think it's like the LT6 or something like that." I'm not sure what model it is, but it's awesome. Jungle hat. The Tilly hat is an amazing hat, guys. I've got an article on it on my website. Check that out. But don't underestimate the importance of shelter. Okay, you cannot underestimate the importance of shelter. It's crazy important. And the cheapest and easiest, what I recommend, is this tube tent. So make sure you get yourself some kind of shelter, and make sure you have something for shelter and protection from the elements in your bag and in your emergency preparedness gear. So first aid. We all know the importance of first aid, and every emergency essentials bag or preparedness group of items that you have together, whether it be like we discussed in your boat or car or office or wherever it is, you should have quick and easy access to a first aid kit. This is the first aid kit that comes in my ready-made survival and emergency preparedness bags, but you can buy any one you like. First aid kits can save lives, not just of yourself, but also the lives of others. One thing I will mention is that before giving first aid to somebody else in the United States, make sure that you have their consent, because we're getting to the point where we're a sue-happy nation. Either make sure you have their consent, or make sure you're not worried about getting sued, because it is possible to get sued over helping somebody, even if you do the right thing to help them. I will discuss, though, a situation like this where I cut myself and needed to clean the wound, or most likely both, put a band-aid or some sort of a bandage, stop the bleeding, okay? If I have a first aid kit to do that, but I'm really in a SHTF situation, as people will call it, I'm gonna need something else. And I'll show you what that is. A pair of gloves. And why is that? Well, I'm most likely, the same as the blisters, now doing hard labor when I never really did hard labor before. So what happens if I cut myself? Or what happens even if I don't cut myself? What happens if I get a blister now that I'm chopping or cutting or doing anything like that? Well, all of a sudden, now I have a blister, then it turns into something where it bleeds, and then it gets infected. So it's a big problem, and it's the same as having those preventative blister plasters that are in my kit, as well as these gloves that are in my kit. It's really just a very important thing to have, something often overlooked. Wanted to touch on these gloves, and wanted to touch on the first aid kit. Two absolutely essential items, and again, I cannot overstress, guys, the importance of training and knowing how to use first aid, because the best first aid kit in the world won't help you if you don't know the importance of what you have to do first, clearing airways, stopping bleeding. If you don't know how to do those things, if you don't know how to give CPR, even simple things like that, if you don't know how to do first aid, all the first aid preparedness as far as supplies go in the world won't help you. So make sure that you're using your gear and you're getting the training, and you're studying up on all this stuff as well. So we talked about the need for speed. We talked about the need for really items that are going to help you be a little bit faster. And the way that I mean that is, what can I do? Well, I can access this really quickly here. I've got this that keeps me hands-free. I'm able to be on the run, be moving. It's much more convenient. So anything that keeps my hands free, anything that makes things quicker and more convenient that I don't have to waste time doing. In survival situations, we have to worry about being calorie deficient. So time is a big deal, because we don't know how many calories we have. We don't know how much we're gonna be eating, how much we're gonna be drinking, and we gotta get things done quickly. We don't need to waste energy on things that are trivial. Okay, so if I have to hold my light to do something, to start a fire, I can't do that. If I have my headlamp, now my headlamp needs to have red light. Why is that? Well, it doesn't kill my night vision. So now I can be moving at night. I have two compasses. I can pull out one and read one, or I don't even have to pull out one. I've got one on my bracelet. So I'm checking my bracelet, checking with my red light here, okay? And red light on the headlamp means that people that are a good distance away aren't gonna see me, all right? Because it's red, so it doesn't travel as far as white light. And also, it's not gonna kill my natural night vision. So if it's a full moon, a half moon, 3/4 moon, I'm able to really move at night and operate, and I can see stuff around me with just my night vision. If I really need some more light, I can throw that red light on and then use some light. But it's really important that we don't use that white light, that we don't have that white light, because that white light, when we turn it on, you can only see what you're pointing the light at. It gives you tunnel vision. You can't see anything that's around you from there. You can only see where the light's shining. And then once you turn the light off, you can't see anything, because it kills your natural night vision. Like I said in the beginning of this video, night vision's really expensive. It's something that not a lot of people can afford, but anybody can afford one of these, and you have natural, God-given night vision, okay? So be sure to to use the things that you have. Be appreciative of the things that you have. I'm trying to create a younger generation of strong, able-bodied men, and I'm trying to teach you guys how to be prepared and how to do things, and I'm trying to share these videos because I want to make the world a better place, and I feel like this is how I can do it. I know you guys agree with me because we just hit 100,000 subscribers, so I really want to thank you guys. Thank you for 100,000 subscribers. I'm going to keep the cool content coming. Don't worry about that. Questions and comments below. Let me know what you want to see more videos of. Let me know if you like this or if you don't. Give me some suggestions. Click the bell, do all the YouTube stuff, click the bell, like, subscribe, comment, but really the comments and the interactions are what I'm seeking here, guys, so I can keep tailoring this channel. And you guys know why I'm doing it. I'm doing it for you guys. I'm doing it to really try and be the change I want to see in the world. I've had to do some of this stuff in kind of crappy scenarios, and I've learned some lessons the hard way that I'm trying to share my information so you guys don't have to learn those lessons the hard way. Thanks for watching. Bone out.